Hello, my name is Sebastien Philippe, and I'm a middle schooler at the Yorks River Middle School. I chose to do my Storykids video project on the Mount Rose Avenue exit area construction project, I-83, because this project affects my community. My bus goes by here on the way to and from school, and it impacts my family because we use this exit to get on and off the highway. All of these thoughts blossomed into the video story because they affect me now and in the future, so I figured, hey, why not? I think I did a good job, but I don't think it would have been possible without the help of Mr. Flum, my mom, and my dad, who helped me come up with the idea and then proceeded to help me even further. During the last few weeks, Mr. Flum has taught me about camera angles, points of view, and different interviewing techniques. I enjoyed hearing about what the other Story Kids were working on. I also learned a lot about myself during this process, and it made me think about how people's lives are impacted by the actions of others. Big shout out to everyone who helped. Now onto the video.
The construction that's happening will result in a terrific end product, but in the meantime, we're feeling the effects with slower bus rides some days and so on. Right now, we expect this to carry through. We're in the 15-16 school year. We expect this to carry into about January of 2018. It's a long-term project. I suspect the bus schedule we have now will be very similar to what it will be after construction. But somewhere in the middle of there, we're going to change bus routes and or bus schedules. Some of the buses that go down Mount Rose and across 83 to Haynes Road, we will actually probably not use that same route. We'll take them out to Market Street and around that intersection. And so that will make for a little bit of a longer bus ride. We're already feeling the consequences of the construction. I'm not sure where you live, Sebastian, but if you cross 83 to get from the high school to the middle school, or if you live on this side of town, your bus ride has probably been disrupted already. In the end, it should be much more efficient. The area in front of Kmart, between Kmart and where the bagel shop is, Sebastian, if you know, on Haynes Road, in that section of Haynes Road, it's actually going to be 6 lanes wide. That's a major increase. Right now, there are some parts where it's where it's 3 lanes wide, but to move to 6 is a dramatic increase. So that should make the flow go much quicker. It would be much more efficient. So in the end, we think it's going to be more efficient traffic flow. But in the middle of it, we think there's going to be lots of closures or down to 1 lane, and we think there's going to be long delays. We have a lot of teachers who travel, and so they might teach at the high school and the middle school, or at Valley View and the middle school, or at Valley View and East York, and so every single day they're crossing through that construction zone to do the other part of their job. And so we're very concerned, and we're already feeling the effects of that. We give them maybe a half hour to get from one to the other. And that means they get from their classroom to the car, drive, then get from the parking lot to their classroom in the other building. And we're finding that we have to leave more time for them because of the construction. And so that means it affects how we schedule our classes and what teachers schedule what classes in what buildings. And that already has been a hardship for us. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation meets with us, is some of the administrators here at York Suburban. It's every few months, and they give us updates on the project. They bring in these big boards with all the diagrams and show us exactly what's happening and when. Yeah. Now their timetable also changes. And so when they started the project, we expected it to hit this time frame. But then it shifted to this one, and now we're on our 3rd or 4th time frame because there's always delays with big projects like that. So far, the disruption has not been significant enough to change bus schedules, but we do expect that to happen as early as next year. At the bottom of the hill, where Green Hill hits Mount Rose, there'll be a stoplight there. And that's a very different setup now. It's hard to imagine because right now that's a single lane road. Yeah. And so that will divert a lot of traffic. Right now, a lot of students who drive to the high school or parents driving from Haynes Acres to the high school, They have to pass Green Hill Road because they can't turn up that hill because it's one way, and go all the way down Mount Rose till they get to Ogons. Once that opens up to a 2-lane road, they'll be able to turn and go up that. So that should reduce some of the traffic on Mount Rose. PennDOT tells us about their work, but there's some prep work that has to be done before PennDOT. And so that project, for example, was not communicated well with the school district. And so there was a lot of days where only one lane was open, especially at 3 o'clock at the end of the school day. And so that caused some unanticipated hardships. So it caused a lot of later buses, but we haven't had any accidents, fortunately. The students will still live in the same sections of town, and so we determine the attendance zones by numbers of students. It won't be construction that changes the number of students that live in either zone. If there would be changes in the number of students because there's a new housing project, or by coincidence one zone grows significantly larger than the other, there would be changes, but it won't be related to the construction. York Suburban teachers and staff are very flexible. Our parents and our students are so focused on school. We think that they will cooperate with us and the construction. We'll find a way through this. It might be it might be a hardship here and there, but overall I think York Suburban will be as strong as ever, and in spite of the construction.
Okay, I'm holding this steady. You can zoom it, yep, toward this way. Good. Keep going. Good. Okay, stay there. That's good.